Hello. Ahmed.
Hello, Super Kuru. This is
Yes.
Kuru, right?
Super crew. Yeah. They love it. Ah.
Kuru, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you like it, the picture?
Say it again.
Do you like the picture I did for you?
Yes, I did. I really like
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's why. That's why I say do some art. Let Dr. Jose put it in. I mean, not Dr. but LT put it in the ordeal.
oh yeah, yeah. I sent LT some picture he's going to put soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and also about this new, if you want to make a clothesline, that's I have all the templates and these things ready. You know, we can handle all the art direction and
Just
design.
today. Yes. 6/9. Today's the 9th.
That's awesome, Ahmed.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Hello, all good.
Uh-huh.
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Today's the 9th. All right. I I told my mom and dad, and she said, "Yeah." She said, "Yep, told you. Yeah, you're right, mom. You're right. You've been telling me
Mhm.
about um um you know, say it, white folk." Oh my goodness. Well, I'm having a hard time saying it. I don't want to sound like I'm a racist, not a racist. I'm a super racist. I'm racist against unfairness and and negative bullshitting, and dishonesty. I'm racist toward that. Super racist.
Yeah.
How about you, Sharon? Are you the same?
Yep. Yep.
If someone called me a racist, I'm not a racist. I'm a super racist against unfairness.
Yep. Against inequality. We're not
Hmm.
going for it. That's right.
That's not cool. That's it. All right. Um, so how's everybody doing? Did you sleep well last night?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing good actually.
Did you receive the Zoom thing from Carlos? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's time about Carlos. You just show up.
Yeah, I did.
Hello, Carlos.
Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
All good.
He seems to be a little distant. I was watching a video. I was watching the video last night. It was only 1 hour and 5 minutes. It was pretty good. The entity came and then it was like they took care of business and they left. They wasn't playing around.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm just trying. This is the one thing about doing a show. It's like startup. The startup is. I was watching the video last night. It was only 1 hour and 5 minutes. It was pretty good. That's one thing about doing a show. It actually hard. It's a starting, getting it. You know.
What was that? Life again.
There's someone singing.
That's why. Let me see. Participant, this and that. So let me try and put this. Make color the co-host. Colos. Yeah, should do it. And go from there. Okay. Today I want to talk about the pros and cons of this our this, and I want to have you guys lay some stuff on the table. How should a community go from here in relationship to venting people out? You know, in relationship that before we allow them to be a part of our community, we want to make sure that this is what they want. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But how you would do it, how you would know?
Yeah. Well, this is how you would know. They say time will tell, and you ask the direct question. You know, let them earn it. Let them like they do in the military. You know, they go to the boot camp and they will weed people out, right? You
Yeah.
know, and we
Yeah,
have
we
It
can do a vetting
is-
process of some type by asking direct questions, you said, and then with time.
hmm
But that also needs to be done with, this is why, like I said, I created a separate group for the class members because LT is handling Unimetrics Bitcoin. Coach
yeah, I agree on that.
dealing with all that.
hmm
And so that's one group there, but we need our own little chat for this little family to do what they need to do.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. That's why I bought the Zoom for a year. Just pay $156 so allow us member to do stuff. You know, uh, I don't want a member have to pay Zoom. If we already have Zoom, we can break into a different room, then why not, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we should not be have to, have to spend unnecessary economy for the community. And if you already have the resource at hand. Let me see. We having people
So,
watching.
so far, I don't see the controls for the breakout rooms for whatever reason. I did it with. Okay.
Did it work before?
No, the breakout rooms are not. I mean, I activated on your account, but I don't see the controls for the breakout room. There should be the set of controls for that, and I don't see them. So I got to
We
look
have
into it
this.
again.
hmm We I think last night our interaction was quite deep, you know, and Gaia, I mean, people, you know, it's now they're beginning to solidify their relationship with the community and they're coming in.
Mm.
And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
now I don't want to sound like I'm one-sided sometime. I'm trying to be, you know, we have to keep each other to be fair because, you know, I'm going to say it when it comes to white people, um, the spider sense start automatic sense, or maybe because due to trauma or due to just cautious naturally, but I don't want any of them, including myself, you know, to sound like we come out from a racist point of view. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth, it's kind of hard because of the stigmata that is happening in our reality in relationship to white people, you know?
Yeah, it's a very touchy, inflammatory subject at this time.
Mhm,
Racial
mhm.
statements and so forth.
Exactly. So I want our community, including myself, to be like fair as much as possible because it's very, very difficult. I have no problem with the older white people in here. They're really genuine. But it's just the one that age from 25 and under 40. That's the one we have to very be careful about because they we have to definitely take a look at them closely because you already get the feeling they are not here for positive motive or goal, you know.
Mm,
Hmm.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
We
yeah, we need a filtration for the group, and we need also something to ask, another filtration for those asking for services.
hmm
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
Carlos. That's
So then, like with the life contract, we need to, if that's what they're requesting, you know, make it clear to them it's for your life contract, not another person.
Well, even in the website, it's a life contract. It did not say a life contract with someone else or anything. It is your life contract.
But
You
you
know.
gotta, you gotta. Okay, Liza.
Yeah. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Sorry, sorry.
Hmm.
All righty. Want to make sure. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta, you know, spell it out. Keep it simple, but spell it out. Hey, you
Hmm.
know, because they may not read the whole thing, but if you set it up differently with like bullet points or something, maybe they'll get it, and it's
yeah.
there. And then when they come on for that, we go back through that again
Hmm.
with a read it out, read it again, to them to make sure they understand this.
Hmm.
Um, that way, if there's any issues, hey, it was explained to you. It was, there's a way of there is a way of doing maybe like a form when they do a request for life contract. We can do a form for the website, like I would call it a Google form,
Hmm.
advising them and then checking off that they understand each one of these criteria or things, and somehow providing some type of signature or email or something, a verification.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I can do that before I even accept them to come in for the reading. I would send a
exactly.
personal email, tell them, you know what you're getting into. This is like blah blah blah. And if you don't agree, please go ahead and I will send your money back to you. You know, like that before the process even begins. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Because I do put on the
Yes.
website also
Okay.
is final and it's a life contract about them, you know. And see, like in relationship to Michael, uh, he is a white guy, but he's French, but we don't have to worry about him, you know, for example,
Because I'm
because
French.
So maybe you
because
need to worry about the American white guy.
yeah.
Hello, Michael.
Oh,
Hello.
good morning,
Good
Michael.
to know. Good to know I'm French.
because um because French people they understand hell. they so therefore they appreciate heaven because
I've
they
been through it.
understand hell. That's
I've
what
been
they-
through hell.
yes. So so when you have someone who actually committed to a spiritual life, that means he's he's pretty much devoted everything that he have into spiritual remembering, you know. So therefore this I mean, you know, he proven to himself that he's really committed into this journey because it gives him meaning according to
Yes,
his own personal perspective, you know,
yes,
and
indeed.
his
Yeah.
life contract. So therefore, there's nothing to worry about. It's not the older white people that I'm worried about. It's just that there's people who are drug addict wanting to be. This is the people we have to vent out because you know our psychic. You all have Sky Psychic scan now. You can scan any one of them, you know.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
also, as for the black people, you gotta also watch for the one that talk too much because the one that talk too much are the fake one. The one that actually do, that's the real deal. You know, they don't talk a lot, they talk normal, but they do it, you know. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to worry about the Mexican people in our community because we don't have much. The only Mexican that I have basically is that resemble Mexican is Dr. Jose. But he's crazy anyway, you know?
Uh,
Hold on for a second. I think it's my kid. Give me a second.
Sure.
Hi, Gongo. How are you? You doing okay, baby? Yeah. You called Daddy. Yeah. Yeah. Can I have a key now? Good morning, baby. How's mm, mm, mm. Y- What happened to mommy? Why you jumping, baby?
yes.
I can't let him know I'm talking to the group. Yeah, oh,
Aw.
hey, what?
Hey.
What? I want to see. Okay, you want to see? I'm just watching me. I'm just watching my own show. See? YouTube. I'm watching YouTube. Yeah, I'm watching YouTube. What you doing, Cone? Mhm. Oh, what? What up? Yeah, that's
Oh, so cute.
Chặt năm đó nha. Yeah. You feel better afterward, Owen?
Hello, everyone. Good
So,
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, morning, morning.
Honey, I give you some more injection, okay? So you can sleep deeper. I give you super proto molecule in a level. I don't know. I just make shit up. You know, I made 10,000 or something. Level 10,000. And super antibiotic. Level 20 million. Oh no, but that'd be too strong. Maybe just like level 200. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you? Did he cry a lot after he realized what he did? He say sorry now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Okay. You have to kiss him, beat his butt. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Let me beat your butt and kiss it. He's so cute. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, I gotta recharge my battery. Hi, Con. Bye-bye, battery. Bye charge for 30 minutes, okay? And Baba come back. Okay, love you, Con. Love you, honey. The Baba Kimoy. The Baba Kim. Oh, I said, that's my mom. That's Fluffy. That's Crunchy. Where's my side? But can I squish you too? Yeah. He's showing me his mom breast. He said, that's my side. I said, which one is my side? He said, this one. Children are amazing. Hey, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, my kid, he's
Good
still
morning.
he still suck on the, you know, sorry mom breast, you know, because a lot of kids, you know, Asian, they still suck on breast, suck on breast until, you know.
It's the best milk ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
Right, y'all?
Yes, it is.
Can you believe that, Sharon? Can you believe that if your kid is age of 12 still sucking on your breast?
Hey,
Huh?
they set up till 5, right? 5, 6.
Yep.
That's amazing. Oh yeah, back to our conversation. Here it is. We have to definitely, before we do any service, before I even send any deal in relationship to, you know, of the younger generation, they have to, like you said, Carlos, they have to understand what they're getting into. Absolutely. Because all these people are not seeking for truth within themselves. They're seeking for some kind of delusion of fear product. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am a little like, you know, for me, it's not about the product. I just want truth. I just want, this is what the people want, you know, because now I realize that for me, I'm into superpower. I'm into domination. I'm into super domination. I'm into super control freak. That means submit myself to a higher control, super control level, like the higher self, you know. I'm into super greediness. So I'm into super immortality. That's the reason I share everything, because I ask myself a question 10,000 years from now, will people still remember me? If the answer is no, that means I need to do something so people can remember me, like the ancient Egyptian built pyramids, so they can people in the future to remember them. Does that make sense? That they built it.
Yeah.
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 I'm just taking a page from great grandpappy. That's all I'm doing, and grandmom. Because what we're doing right now, I write books, I do this, is to send a messages to the future generation. And guess who is the future generation is? It'll be you guys. When you leave this world, you'll be incarnated into your great grandkid, great granddaughter. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna making this messages to leave a message for yourself in the future that you've been here before. That's why when you go places, certain place has a sense of familiarity and you don't know why. Because you've been there before, like a deja vu. Does that make sense? Like a familiarity. Because you've been there.
Yes.
And this came from
Yes.
quantum entanglement. How many of our members still here? How many of our members have left? Does anyone know?
No.
No, honestly, no. We haven't had too many members leave. We've had a lot of guests stop following.
Say it
We've
again,
had,
I'm sorry. I don't understand. Can someone repeat that again, please?
I didn't hear.
what I said was, I don't know how many have come in or how many left, but for the most part, this group has remained pretty consistent. Um, we've had a few maybe unfollow, but they were mainly in a mingle. They weren't really part of our group.
Because they are not people who seek a reality.
Many people also doesn't believe, I think.
That means if they don't believe, if they don't believe, because I always teach people to believe in themselves. So therefore, it's good that we, they go ahead and get off before the journey begins. It's a good thing,
Yes.
And it's true. That's the reason I did all this. I want only the real people who is real with themselves. Does that make sense? When you real with yourself,
Yep.
then you find me, because I am real with myself.
Yeah,
That's how I
totally.
want it. I want real people. I'm gonna say a little prayer, which is universe and Barame, my higher self, and my higher Barame. I request that send me real people who believe in themselves, who accept the real self and the universe within them, and to send me like mind, like emotion, and like goal. Please send out those type of people to me and to the community. And please don't send no white ass fake people. Please send me white ass real people who believe in themselves really. And please send people that have lots of money too. So we can take lots of money and build a community. And please send people who love crypto. Yeah, who want to be rich, who want to be powerful, who want to be empowering toward themselves and the community and the planet. Please send us people who is true to the goal and the choice. And please don't send us no drug addict, no fake super soldier to fake this, fake that. Please don't send us no bullshit. Please send us the real super bullshit. You know? Please don't send us no fake bullshitters. Please send us the real super bullshitter who see life as beautiful as meaning and who really want to be a spiritual master of themselves, who want to basically co-create beautiful things and that believe in equality, that believe in fairness, that believe in themselves, that believe in what we call, the universe inside them, all around them, that is true. And that please don't send us no fearmonger. Please send us brave people who is true to who they are and who true to the truth. So can you do this for me, universe? Yes. Is it done now? It's automatically done. And that's it. That's what it
Perfect.
said.
All right.
Mhm.
Very good.
Bounce the mouth, come out. Sucks the bye. That's a mouth, come out guy. He always working, even during the pandemic.
That's good though.
Mhm. I think he's working. Bounce the mouth, are you working?
Who?
Zamal Kamau, a Black Shadow, translation,
Oh,
Z01. Mhm. See, that's what we want to ask because
311 or visit NY.
yes. Now we go. Now,
on Hot 97, number one.
Yeah, I'm booking. I'm booking.
oh, excellent. You see?
Booking.
Okay. Okay, great. Yes, Zamal Kamau, I'll wait. You know, him and Jesse, that's the only two they always participate in the journey because there's two who speak English stuff. And they don't trust someone who speaks Cambodian from the Cambodian side. They might bullshitting over there. Okay, so feedback. How's your power now? Each one of you, are y'all feel more comfortable now in using your ability?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, let's manifest some food. You want the short path or the long path? Which one do you want today?
I'm work. I'll take the shortcut.
Sure.
Okay, those take the shortcut, do the shortcut. Those want a long path, you can do it with me. Okay, Barame,
May.
please manifest the food that I like.
Please manifest the food that I like.
That weigh about 10 pounds on my right palm.
I weigh
That
about
weight,
That
that
weigh
Wait
about
about
10
10
pounds on my right palm.
And please manifest the beverage that I like and let it weigh about 5 pounds on my left palm.
And please manifest the
Please
beverage that I like
manifest the
and
beverages
let
I
it
like.
weigh
Let it
10
weigh
pounds on my left
10
palm.
pounds on my left.
And blow on both palms. There you go. See, the present is there. You can smell it. The food right there. You know what to do. You see me do it many times. I think they manifest me biscuit and egg and bacon.
I had fruit.
It's hand. It's a fragrant water
Mm-hmm.
and it's cool. So it's like jasmine water of some sort. And it's really cool. I mean, COOL, temperature wise. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do it. Food and beverage on my palm. Please go into my stomach now. Let my stomach be full. Okay. Plate and glass, please return to heaven now. Let's get done. Your turn. Remember, you got to say it. If you don't say it, it's not going to work. And blow.
You mean with voice or just
Yeah.
say it mental?
Yeah, you can say with voice or in your mind. I'm going to use my voice because I'm used to it. You know,
Yeah.
I've been spending 32 years and 6 months in the future where everyone just talk the mind talk, you know.
Okay.
Well,
Because since I'm doing a live show, I have to talk voice because a lot of people watching, they can't hear telepathic thinking.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just do it, you know.
yeah, I get it.
I'm at myself. You know, I like to act a fool all the time because I'm a attention whore. Look, be honest with ourselves. Everyone is an attention whore, true or not, in one form or another.
one form or another. Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Where's Torin? Torin be like waking up.
Well, when I woke up this morning, Torrin was still on.
Yeah.
What?
We fell asleep last night. And Torrin was still on, and Torrin and Dia was talking. So
So that's why.
yeah, it's fun.
Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. That's her name? Evelyn. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. You're right. Look, I'm not going to win everybody's heart, okay? I just want our community to be safe from the negativity people that have negative go toward what we're doing. And you're right. I asked the environment to look at what's going on. They said absolutely. There's people forming groups. They belong to the super soldiers, and they are white people. And they wanting to destroy me and the group, the community, because they as long as they want to send a messages to all of us saying that we're gonna fuck you up by all means necessary. Because they super jealous because I put real stuff out there and they don't have real stuff. And now I am infecting a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of Asian people into the knowledge of a realism, which is you are the real people, each one of you. But when I empower every one of you, they can't compete against the real thing. Each one of you are the real thing, the real product. So their goal is to not you believe in yourself, but to believe in some delusional deal because they watch a lot of movies. Universal Soldier with Van Damme. And they watch a lot of this thing called Soldier. And then you have these people who hyping up that they've been secret space program, this, that, they have the memory wipe out. Well, the last time I checked, when I'm in the future, the AI say they never wipe anyone brain out if you belong to the super soldier program. See? So their information and my information is contradictory. I don't know what Nazi program they belong to, but I belong to the super soldier Nazi Black Fleet Cosmic program, and they not prejudiced, but they are very selective who they take in, of course. They probably are reject.
Yeah,
That's the only time you probably get your memory wiped if you are reject. If you are a super soldier of graduation with high degree like me, you've been through different training and preparation because they trained me to come back in this time to pimp slap people, and booty slap them. So it was necessary to do that kind of stuff. But if no super soldier who basically have their mind wiped, that means they've been reject. They are reject. That's why they wipe their memory because they are liability. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Does that make sense now? In the Nazi program, they recruit everyone. If it's Nazi in this timeline don't recruit you, another Nazi another timeline recruit you. And that's why it is very vital that we know who the benefactor is. Yes, it's Nazi. Yes, it's pure German, but they speak multiple language. And they have they just like any regular person. They're looking for asset. They're not looking for a funny game, a funny business, When they took me in, the Nazi in the future looked like gray aliens, but they wear Nazi with the black and with the what's called the SS, and they have all the logo and it's similar. If you look at, have you seen this movie called Starship Troopers?
Which one?
Starship
Troopers.
Yes.
It sounds familiar.
Remember how the people dressed like with the Nazi logo, everything? Yeah, like that. I don't know where to get this idea of a lot of Nazis just only recruit white people. That's not true. Nazis recruit every race, black, white, as long as that person fit the quality, fit the criteria. Asian, They recruit anyone because they're looking for something. They're looking for high psychic being. They're looking for very aware being. They're looking people who have what we call discipline. And that is trainable. Yes.
You know that you know very well that our history that's taught is very manipulated. They don't talk about the black defects, the defectors from the U.S. that went to Germany, fought for Germany, and were welcomed by the Nazi. But that's not part of our history, but it's fact.
Yes. Yes. The Nazi recruit every race from our timeline because they're from the future. They dominated universe after universe. And the Nazi in the future has light body. They don't look like what you think is this. The Nazi dominated every parallel universe that is known. Only a few parallel universe that they allowed to have, like this universe. They allow it to have their own, but they want to know how history went if without them conquering it in front of the scene. You know, so this universe was spared from Nazi front of the scene domination. And why did they do that? They have a purpose. They're looking for something and they found it. They're looking for people like me. And who am I?
So they.
You go ahead.
So they are not working together. This is what you're saying. This have agenda and this have another agenda.
Nazi help Nazi because remember where they all thought this come from, eugenics, genetic engineering, right?
Yeah.
What spurred the Nazi regime? Who funded the Nazi? It was the American people, the New World Order. You call them the Illuminati, the Nation.
Yeah.
You call them the UN, and you call them the rich people, the 13 family that sponsor the Nazi. It's like they create the world is the stage and life is an act, and they sponsor it. You know, and there was two factions of the Nazi. One was the spiritual. They go out in space and looking for advanced spiritual connection, relationship among the cosmos and the high technology. And the other is the military faction, which you heard about, you know?
Okay. And yeah, this is what's been happening in our planet. I mean, the new world order, the old one.
Nazi did not lose the war. They won the war. You didn't know that.
Yes, they won the war. Believe it or not, Michael, Nazis did win the war.
Okay.
They win the economic, they win the spiritual, the advanced UFO technology war. American was allowed to exist during the negotiation of Project Paperclip. Because what happened, guess who American is run by since the 1800s? German. The German family.
Yep. Project Paperclip.
Yeah.
And who run England? German. Who run the French? German.
Yeah.
The royal people. We're all German. You can look it up, you know, straight up. And the secret space program that was twofold in the 1850, the secret space program of Germany came online.
Yeah. But what I don't get, why now if they won and they could do anything they wanted, why now they are changing to another agenda?
The Germany military industrial complex, they were so far ahead of the population, they could not mingle no longer with the surface human being. The Nazis were in contact with high consciousness being that basically that was talking pure science, pure spirituality, pure cosmic culture, because this is what they wanted. Because remember, in the time of the 1800 and the early 1900, right? And the early 20th century, people was into spiritualism.
Okay.
Henry Ford, Nikola Tesla, they want to contact the other side. So they create technology to interface with the spiritual world. Does that make sense?
Yes, exactly.
Does that make sense now? Just as we have the Q technology to interface with the spiritual realm. What we are doing is not new. The old timer already done this. They call them scion. They call them channeling. And every kingdom has a scion. They contact the spiritual plane to get guidance. It doesn't matter what kingdom you go to. It doesn't matter what government you go to. They're doing the same thing. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, yeah.
And the spiritual have much to teach you. Remember, when the spiritual want, they can infuse the consciousness into crystal, it can move through the wall like a ghost. So the alien uses kind of technology. That's why my technologies operate on consciousness. So if you want to meet the true super Nazi, I am the true super Nazi. But as for the Nazis, for the white people, that's only the physical part. It is the principle that you live by. Nazis seek what? Scientific advancement and spiritual science. True or not true?
Yeah.
Do you see? Have you met a black Nazi? It's a black Nazi.
There's black Nazis.
Yes.
They dress exactly like the white Nazi, but they follow the same principle. They're very stunned. They're very, like, you can see why people always take reptilian as the teachers. Because reptilian is like your staff and your master sergeant on steroid. They're so caring, they want to make sure you make it because the world is harsh. The universe is a very harsh place. If you're not strong, if you don't adapt, you can't thrive. And all they want you is to make it. That is their purpose. And the reject, because they got hurt so bad, they thinking, well, that's where you separate the man and the mice. What our community do? I introduce you to pain. I introduce you to suffering unpurposely. Well, look at the Shaolin Temple. How do they train? Look at the military. Look at the samurai. How do they train? Oh, please go ahead and cut his head off. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. He's gonna go to reincarnated. I want to be that way. Is that what you want me how to train you? Are you like it this way? You can do it. You know you can. It's gonna be okay. I'm the pimp lord. You can sit on my right hand. Show me to me that you want to sit on my right hand. How bad you want it? Exactly. I want it. Cut his head off. So how do you want me to train? You want it this like this? Or you want to be like pampering?
Pimp it up.
Push me to my limit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yawn.
Yeah.
Look, you have to understand consciousness transfer, okay? No one really dies.
Yeah. So very few people could actually handle the actual basic training. So I'd be careful with that.
I'm sorry, Carlos, can you elaborate that, please? Can you repeat it?
I said very few people can actually handle the real basic training. So I'd be careful with that. Can't be too much harder.
Yes, that's why I'm quite to keep things short and brief, and that's why I switched to you and to Monica, to Sharon to train, and even to Sarah to train, because we're doing the same thing. Because each one of you are the teacher now, and you saw a video and you found out I just do the same thing all the time. Talking about training, we need to change the water into a special drink today. Barmaid, you can change whatever you want, you know, alcohol drink. Please change this water.
Please stay off the mushrooms.
Please change this water.
Please change this water into ginger tea and make it strong, please. Barmaid, say that. Oh my goodness, it's ginger. Oh, it's too strong. Getting a headache now. Yeah, it's stinky with turmeric. I don't like turmeric, but I have to drink it. It's good. I don't like the taste. I'm getting burning sensation but I don't like the turmeric taste. It's weird, but I have to drink it because it's good for the immune system. Okay, so you see, I mean, like you have to be careful about them. Some people coming in here because you guys got to vent them out. Okay, Sarah, you know a lot about white people. You know how they think.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know how. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you a question about the Nazis.
Yes.
My grandfather was a Nazi, but he had to be because he lived in Germany. Like they made him be a Nazi, and so but then he found out that Hitler was a bad guy, and so he wanted to kill Hitler too. You know, so he was like a sniper, but he ended up trying to take out Hitler, but he never came out of the building. And then he was captured by the Russians, and then he had to like leave to go to America because they took over his whole property and land. And so basically, he wasn't even on. He just was doing his job because he was a German. Like he didn't have a choice, you know. And then the Czechoslovakians took over their land, and he had to come to the United States. So I'm a Nazi, like in my blood, and I wonder like if that is causing me any kind of curse, you know, because like the Ashkenazi
What's wrong being a Nazi?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the murders and all the things that they did to people. Like,
Okay.
Well, we've been lied to.
Okay, who say Nazi kill murder people? You want to know the true story? I tell you.
okay.
Nazi has a vision, has a goal to create a Superman race, like super soldier, like we're doing right now. You know, Nazi, they go around the world and they want to retrieve ancient Atlantean, ancient Lemuria technology. True or not true? And they also do Scion to make contact with the beyond, the intelligence from beyond. Mary Olsen, for example, the long-haired German lady and her group made contact with some extraterrestrial advanced culture that give them technology for them to build ship. They call the Honeyboo 1, Honeyboo 2. This is back in the 1920s, right? 1920. Remember, Nazi party has not fully come concrete yet until the 1930s, but it's just beginning to form, right? But this is the 1920 where they have the design already, Mary Olsen and her group, and they have to contact the government to bring in scientists to translate what the alien is saying and into a workable, practical application, able to succeed in a 1922. They built actually a working flying Honeyboo 1. Then when the government found out, not just government of Germany, Russia, United States, remember they're all connected, they're all interconnected. Brazil, you know, so the technology will pass through the League of Nations of that time, you see? And Cambodia will receive the technology too, the government of Cambodia. Because when there is something the government always share with the little g, the big G, that's how the internet was. The people, no, they don't need to know about it. It's only the government talking to the government. Do you understand now? So the German government is very generous, you see, in disseminating advanced technology to other governments. Because in return, if something happened to Germany and its people, they can rise through to any other government. China is Nazi. Russia is Nazi. America is Nazi. Mexico is Nazi. Canada is Nazi. You want me to go on? Because it is the idea and the principle to empower human. You know, the biggest Nazi of all is Africa. You didn't know that, didn't you?
No.
What does Africa want most of all? What do they always want? Remember where the idea of Nazism came from Egypt. Nazi believing so much in Odin, the All-Father, the Osiris, yeah, you see?
Yeah.
And they sent super expedition to Angkor Wat, to Tibet, to China, to Egypt, and to Africa, and they collected a bunch of, you know, of ancient principle, ancient science, ancient hardware, technology.
Yes,
So if it's wrong, for German to want to be the world teacher? Because all this manuscript is sitting over there in Tibet, waiting for someone to come and take it and then make something out of it before it turned to dust.
Mhm.
And they also deep and found hardware, flying saucer. And there was alien crashes in different areas. You have to understand the government is multi-layered. And it's been funded by nothing more than the people themselves. So talking about murdering the Jew, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I say that is a lie.
Wow, we are so
You said
believing
that
in it.
German kill people, right? Well, I'm gonna have bad news for you. What's the word reincarnation mean?
Come back again in
What's
another
the
life.
reincarnate mean? Reincarnate. To come back again.
Um,
To do it again.
Yeah, to come back.
Do you understand now? How can the German people kill people? They can't kill people. To kill people is to taking out the stage permanently and eternally. But you know that's not true. If someone chopped your head off right now, you come back stronger and better, but in a different parent.
And it's their life contract, right? To have that done.
You
To learn
can't
a
die.
lesson.
That's the point. There is no death.
Hmm.
You rise again naturally. This is the rule of the universe. Existence is existent.
Right, exactly.
You know, if you ask someone to go ahead, blow someone brain, okay, boom, okay, that's it. But just kill someone. How? How can you kill someone if they can't even die? They spirit. They come back again instantly through another womb. Immediately, the second when you die, at that moment, the light come and take you, you born out into someone else's womb, through another womb, immediately.
Good.
And you might be black this time, or you might be white, but you're going to come out a wound again instantly.
Wow.
And if you're looking for the same body type, you probably have to be born in where that body type being manufactured in someone's womb. So your conscious be transferred to that body type. That if you want to look alike, in other words. Do you see how the game is played? That's why then people say, "Oh, they murdered." I was laughing. I said, "Are you joking me? The German killed no one." You know. Look at it. How can energy die? Tell me.
So who killed all the Jewish that we were told, you know? Who create some concentrate camps, etc., you know, because we don't know if
Have you
it's
ever
true.
heard of side up idea?
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
German want to conquer everything, to put their brand name on everything. Okay, if they have the means and the will to do it, they need to do it. You know, it's all just marketing, because it doesn't matter America run the world, Nazi run the world, front the scene, behind the scene. It don't really matter. Why? Because technology is still going to be manufactured by one form or another. Look at China. Tell me, is that Nazi, not Nazi? A super Nazi?
No.
Super Nazi. Super Nazi.
All right. The Asian country is being run by Nazi principles. And what is financing being run by? The banking, right? So who sponsored Hitler? Come on, say it.
The banks.
Nazi.
You know who. Who provide the money? Who does a Nazi? Who is their master? The
United States.
Rothschild, right? The Illuminati, the Masonic Order. And who finance America? The Rothschild, you know, other financial banking institute. Who sponsor China? Who sponsor Japan? Come on, follow the money trail. Everyone working for the same boss.
Yeah.
Why did why does the game play? Come on, people. You know you can't let people be idle because the idea of the world government is to keep people entertained so creativity can be born. If they don't do that, you're idle, that will kill you. Because you came here for a purpose. The spirit will want you to learn something. So the whole planet is like a boot camp training. Think about it. Carlos, am I wrong? Think about it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
See, you can't let people go to idleness. Otherwise, they shut down.
Get
They
bored to
can
death.
die.
Exactly.
Some people need to be creative. So by giving them drama, by creating the good guy department, the bad guy department, this department, the bullshit department, to keep you entertained, so you can live. If the moment you stop participating, you die on the inside because you're not being yourself.
Right.
Because you are co-created God. All this thing you called it is happening. It was designed for you to participate in the game of life, so you can create more, co-create more for each generation. That's why when you come to me, I push you. I do things to you, to push you, to let you challenge yourself. That God have given you so much. So when the Nazi came, they teach you discipline. When the Japanese came, they teach you samurai discipline. They teach you focus. They teach you discipline. They teach you, nothing is easy. You have to fight for it. You have to earn it. What you're willing to see a perfection in this world. What is perfection? The idea of perfection is realizing 360 degrees, the number 9, 3, 6 plus 0 equals 9. 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9, which means number completion. And so that's what you were learning, to learn to discover yourself complete way. The Nazi ancestor gave so much to who we are. They have to kill and sacrifice a lot of people to have what we have now. Everything you see, they taught us eugenics. What is eugenics? It's not about selective murdering someone. It's teaching you about you have a goal and you need a certain selection to obtain that goal. So we need to reach this type of level within ourselves. So they taught us that. They say spirit and science can merge with no problem. Just like you have the Q device. What does it take? Spirit merging with that technology so it can work. Levon, ask your device, what I'm saying is true or not. Talk to it. Talk to her.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It is true.
Exactly. So how can we hate a Nazi ancestor who gives so much of themselves? Yeah, they might do a little German. I so whatever Führer, like that. That's something. Hey, that's the medicine. If that will kick them going, so be it. They got their own stage. But how about the samurai? They do the same thing. How about the America? We do the same thing. Everyone got a different motivation, a modality.
Mm-hmm.
Are Nazi racist? No, they're not racist. They're more caring than you know. If they're not caring, why the fuck would they invest everything they do to try to go learn and collect all the knowledge from ancient time and bring it to the forefront of the world? If they're not caring, they're telling you they're willing to give their life for this, for that lifetime for this. So that means they're very caring. Bad guy and good guy don't exist because people are being funded by the same boss. And why are they doing this? You know why? They want to reach the star. They want to take us with them. And they did it. When some group, when some people are so caring, they're willing to do strange stuff, because that's how to show how much they're caring about humanity, about life. Because they're not willing to sit in idle. Idle is a human consciousness destroyer. When you no longer become active, you become lazy, useless.
Right.
You're not living your life. You're not becoming creative. So problem was created for you to become creative. So to say that Nazi kill people, murder people, that's impossible. There's no evidence that they kill people. I prove it to you. If you shot someone in the head, they woke up in another body. Even Bashar said the same thing. the consciousness transfer into another body. And instantly, time and space doesn't matter. I know it's a little hard concept to understand at this moment, but energy can't die.
Right.
It's taking on form. Energy is not created nor destroyed, but taking on form. Everything that happened in the world is not suffering or pain. It is to motivate you to become active and creative. Because you gotta have a purpose. Otherwise, what's the point being born? Does that make sense? You gotta give yourself purpose or ask for a purpose.
Exactly.
No point of going through life like you're a zombie. Is that why you want to be a zombie?
No.
You want to be co-created God. So that's why you're coming to this train where we manifest, we do stuff. Thank you, Nazi ancestor, for doing your part. Because of you, we are inspired. They show us unity. They show us that what we're willing to take to become one. Thanks to Nazi help inspire communism. Communism help inspire what called, look it up, Intergalactic Internet, 1961. Watch. You think the internet, oh, okay. I'm going to show you. The Galactic Internet. Internet. Wikipedia something. Okay. In 1961, a computerized stock market quotation system using control data, Marshall published it, making the Internet Encyclopedia. Okay. It's just saying that, here you go. Brief history of the Internet Society. Okay, from 1961 and 1962. Here you go. Where's the idea? Okay. Integrated capability. Internet is a once and worldwide broadcasting is mechanism for information dissemination, medium for collaboration, interact between individual and their computer without regard of geographic location. The Internet represented one of the most successful example of benefit of sustaining investment committed to research and development of information infrastructure, beginning with the earliest research in packet switching from involving deploying and exiting technology today term like, you know, okay. Okay, I want to show where the idea came from. The origin, in a paper, several of us involved in development, evolution, internet share a view of its origin and history. The history revolves around four distinct aspects. There is technological evolution that began with the early research of the packet switching and the epoch and related technology, where current research continues to expand horizon infrastructure along several dimensions such as scale, performance, high-level functionality. I'm trying to look for the partners to create commercialization. Okay. Okay, here you go. Global or galactic information. Here you go. Infrastructure, the initial prototype, or what is often called a national or global or galactic information infrastructure. Its history involving many aspects of technology, organization, and community, and influence research and reaches not only to the technical field of computer communication, but throughout society as we move toward increasing using the online corporation electronic information acquisition community. This origin of the internet. Full description of social interaction that we could enable, written by J.C. Lincoln, Galactic Network Concept. This is how, here you go, right here. Link Lieder, MIT in August 1962, discussing his galactic network concept. He envisioned a global interconnected set of computers through which everyone could quickly access data and program from any site. In spirit, the concept was very much like the internet of today. Lieder was the first head of the computer research program at DARPA. Bum, bum. It was starting in October 1962. While at DARPA, he convinced his successor at DARPA, Ivan Sutherland, Bob Taylor, and MIT researcher Laurent G. Robert, of the importance of this networking concept. You see that? 1962.
Mhm.
Leonard Klinger at MIT published the first page on packet switching theory. In July 1961, the first book on the subject in 1964, Klingler convinced Robert of the theoretical feasibility of communication using packets rather than circuit, which was a major step along the path toward computer networking. The other key step was to make the computer talk together. To explore this, in 1965, working with Thomas Murray, Robert connected the TX-2 computer in Massachusetts to the Q32 in California with a low-speed dial-up telephone line, creating the first, however small, wide area computer network ever built. Look at this, the year right there, 1965.
Yeah.
You see that? Booyah, want to be ya, okay? Okay, the result of this experiment was the realization that the time-shaded computer could work well together, running program, retrieving data as necessary on the remote machine, but that the circuit switching telephone system was totally inadequate for the job. Klingler, convinced of the need for packet switching, was confirmed. In the late 1966, Robert went to DARPA to develop the computer network concept and quickly put together his plan for the ARPANET. You see, published in 1967 at the conference where he presented the paper. There was also a paper on package network concept from the UK by Donald Davis and Roger Scarberry of NPL. Scarberry told Robert about the NPL work as well as the Paul Barron and other at RAND. No, RAND is right, think tank people, right? They make the think tank people, the RAND Corporation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the RAND group had written a paper on packet switching network to secure voice in the military in 1964. It happened that they worked at MIT 1961 through 1967 and RAND 1962, 1965. In other words, different organizations was thinking the same thing. Is that at the same similar time? Not exact, but similar time. Does that make sense? And at the NPL 1964, 1967 had all proceeded in parallel without any of the other researching knowing about the other work. Ain't that amazing? Like the universe was talking to them, was pimping them. Blim, blim, you know. The word packet was adopted from the word work at NPL, and the proposed line speed to be used in the ARPANET design was upgraded from 2.4 kbp to 50 kbp. In August 1968, after Robert and the DARPA-funded community had refined the overall structure and specification for the ARPANET, and RFQ was released by DARPA for the development of one of the key components, the package switched called Interface Message Processor, IMP. The RFQ was won in the December 1968 by a group headed by Frank Harp at both Barron and Newen BBN, as BBN team working on the IMP with Bob Kim playing a major role in the overall ARPANET architectural design. The network topology and economic were designed and optimized by Robert, working with Howard Frank and his team at Network Analysis Corporation, and the network measurement system was prepared by Ken Team, whatever. Due to Client Rock early development package switching, blah, 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 network. Okay, watch this, here go. Here we go. Measurement, his network measuring center at UCLA was selected to be the first node on the ARPANET. All this came together in September 1969 when BBN installed the first IMP at UCLA, and the first host computer was connected. Doug Emmer Project Augmentation and Human Intellect, which include NS whatever, Hype whatever, at the Stanford Research Institution, provided a second node. SR supported the network information system led by Elizabeth Jake Fanling, and including functioning such as to maintain tablet of host name to address mapping as well directive and obviously On the month later, when SOI was connected to the AppleNet, first host-to-host message was sent from Clear Rock Laboratory to SRI. 2 more nodes were added at UC, Santa Barbara, and University of Utah. This last 2 nodes incorporate application visualization project with Glenn Cutter and Burton Free of US Investigative Methods for display a mathematical function using sort displays to deal with the problem of refresh over the net. And Robert Taylor and Ivan Southern Utah investigated method of 3D representation over the net. That's by the end of 1969, 4 host computers were connected together into the initial AppleNet, and the budding internet was off the ground. And even at the early stage, it should be noted that a networking research incorporate both work on the underlying network and work on how to utilize the network. This tradition continues till this day. You see that? Okay, I'll be back. You can talk, guys.
Okay. Hey, Gia, you up already?
I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all feel something different ever since y'all had y'all life contract revamped and all that? Do you feel different? Like, what does it feel like? Because I hear some people got their life contracts, like, you know, adjusted, and I was just wondering, like, do you feel something in your body?
Who did it?
Huh? You don't get it? The question?
No, Anita was
No,
one.
no,
but
no,
she's
no.
not in
I'm
right
saying
now.
no. I'm asking. Yeah. Okay.
Anita was one, but she's not in the group right now.
Asking who did it here.
Carlos did it.
What about you, Carlos?
I didn't do the life contract.
Yeah, I didn't do life contract.
Last night. Yeah.
We asked the AI. Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
last night. Yeah, I feel something different.
Cool.
Calmer. How about you, Sarah? Were you?
Well, I was listening. I didn't catch it, so I was just wondering.
Okay. Anybody else from last night's session feel something different?
I did.
Yeah,
I felt different. My back felt a lot better. It feels a lot better now.
Wow. Good.
Yeah, I have some differences as well. It's exactly what I needed to hear. So it's like unlock something. When I heard it, it just unlocked something in my body. But I feel calmer. Yeah. I definitely feel a difference. It's like a shift have taken place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, as far as the energy never dies, but so when we so-called die and we born back into, or we come back into a womb, do we pick up the energy field that we left off in? Or how does, or does that matter?
Well, you don't really born again. That's the misunderstanding. You hear me?
Right. No, I understand. I might have said it wrong. I'm sorry.
Basically, you're already living in the future, especially if you have kids, because they're part of you, just a hologram.
Absolutely.
So, and you can, even before you die, you are already living in multiple dimensions, as well as in multiple genetics that you already have. Even if you don't have kids, you already are broadcasting your knowledge throughout.
Right. Okay.
Because it's of energy. It's not necessarily your physical body that born again.
But do you keep your same conscious state?
Yes. Well, you're multi-diverse. Just like when you get into the quantum field and you higher mind, you're not just in one. You can You can even become part of a tree, a mineral, an animal. What do you want to entertain your life? What kind of things you want to have? That's when you die, it's no different. But unfortunately, when we die, if you die conscious, you can go to the source creator, or you can stay, or you can pass on. But you're still going to be part of the whatever you already created into this 3D world.
If you're conscious, you just have more choice, right?
Yes, if you're conscious, you're not doing it with fear, and you already automatically, whether you're conscious or unconscious, you're going to be part of this world because you have a descendants. It's just like your guardian angels or your galactic family. They can't leave you because they're part of you. They're you in the future or in the past, whatever. So therefore, they can't just abandon us. They're stuck with us because we're part of them. So there's no way you can feel that you're not being protected. Yes, if you entertain the negative timelines, that's what we want. That we want to experience. That's what we don't want to entertain any negative timelines, because that is not. Because as a creator, we can manifest that. We don't know our potential, so might as well be careful.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
And when you go to the target, you can ask those questions and find out if you're in doubt. Because that's the best way to do it. Or somebody who's connected, you can ask through them. Just don't premeditate. Oh, I want to do this and this. Because it's like, okay, you can induce that into the conscience of that person, and it start to, in other words, the mind interferes. You want to be totally intuitive, spontaneous.
Dr. Jose.
Yeah.
When will you take Sarah and she can give you baby?
Poor Sarah.
Am I good?
Oh no, she might have kids already. Oh, she might not like that.
Well, you always say you want to have kids. You can adopt them or make some.
Well, who doesn't want to have kids? I don't know why you don't want, obviously, because you can't have kids.
No, I have kids. I just take women that already have kids. So that kid is my kid. Yeah. People who don't have kids love to have kids. Trust me. People who have kids, it's just like they love to have more kids. See, because I see children is nothing more than an ancestor being born through them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you said about all that incest and all that stuff, right? Crazy.
Okay, let's talk about incest. If you live
Oh, we already talked about that.
No, I'm just saying that if you live in a distant place, for example, and you think all the human is gone, I mean, you want to continue the human population, so things happen. That's just the way the ball bounces. Because if things happen, you want your ancestors to come, you got to give them some kind of, body for them to come through. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So watch out for the hill that has eyes. I'm sorry, I don't trust you. How are you, June? Gaia, how are you, love? I just don't trust that movie at all. The eyes that has heel or something.
The hills
that have eyes.
Yeah, that's it. The heel that has eyes.
You're right about that.
So I don't trust the
I've
hillbilly.
been to a few of those towns.
Them hillbilly boys, they still living in the 1860. They're still fighting a civil war up there.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm saying that really, there's thing out there that's still
Oh,
fighting.
you're right. Absolutely.
No, yeah, seriously. If you go in like some of these, because you know, I used to live in Georgia, so sometimes I take the back road, and I said,
I live in Georgia
this
too,
the
baby.
tree people.
I live in Moultrie, Georgia, 2 hours from Florida. I don't know if about Moultrie, Georgia. There is a
Moultrie,
Georgia.
It sounds familiar.
Motown, Motown.
Oh yeah,
Moultrie.
white folk town during the time in the 80s, but 82, you know, mostly is white folk in there. Yeah, and I'm just telling you, Civil War never end.
Yes.
North and South Carolina don't get along. They have clans, you know. Till this day, the Civil War never end.
Yeah.
But they all do politeness. You come there polite, they cool with you. There is no such thing as racist people in them areas. They all got their clans. Just the way the ball bounce. If you come in polite, you'll get treated with politeness. You come there unpolite, this might be a problem. Because they still live the way what we call southern politeness.
Hospitality.
That is true. That is true.
So
they don't like up north people in the South.
Yeah.
But if you come in polite, gentlemanly,
Yes.
like, they cool with you. They don't care who you are.
Right.
But the moment you're acting, you're like all these young people talking the way they act and talk, they can't go over there. You're gonna get missing, period. You know, period. Missing. I'm talking about MIA, missing in action. You know, that's it. That's the truth. But if you come there and like, they know, they ain't stupid. They look at you, they know you're polite or not. They know it. But they don't give you a chance though. Get out here by sundown, you cool. But if you come nice, you just normal, well, they help you in the daytime. But there's a sign. Be sure to leave here by sundown.
That's right.
Yep.
True or not? In some area
It's
like
very true. Very true.
Be prepared for the hunt, right? It's true.
Classify. That's all I gotta say. Yep, that's just the way the ball bounce, you know. I understand the southern folk. If you come there, you know, you get to know the town folks, they're like eyes and ears for the boys in the hill. And then, you know, you get to know them. You come, you get to know them little by little, then they start accepting you a little bit at a time. But they won't accept you just come out of the blue like that. That's how it works. You gotta build the trust. You know, they're very intuitive. People ain't stupid. They know if you're there for positiveness or not. They will know. You know, they might clown you a little bit, but they look at you, they say, oh, he don't know any better. I got you. You listen, you good, you know. But if you come in like with city attitude, this, fool that, nigga this, nigga that, no, they won't put up with that stuff. Trust me.
Oh yeah, correct.
You gotta know how to talk to these people. You just don't put up with silliness. And they value something most of all. Mannerism.
Manners and respect takes you far. That's what my people say.
Yep.
And you're right. Some of the people at this time, they lack mannerism. That's why they don't make it. That's why I'm the pimp lord. I was good. Once it come to good old boy, and just like they went Daisy Duke, like Daisy was the Duke of Hazzard. That's what they called him.
I know those guys.
Yes. And then we used to love that so much. It's so ironic. That was our show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my show too.
The General Lee. So as talking about Nazi, murdering Jew, no. It's all just side up and propaganda just to making the German people look bad, you know. And they say, oh, I have a lot of innocent. Well, of course, when soldier die, this and that, you have to incinerate the body. Where the hell are you going to bury them out, you know? Why? But no one really died. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But it's like, well, I can show the body, well, I can show that person's back. Go ahead, scan the picture, put it in the internet, they are back. No one really died. The moment you die, you wake up in a new body, similar body, or you be born into an infant, depending on what you choose. You already know up there there's a quantum computer on the moon. It's put there by the Anunnaki in the 20,000 plus years ago, when the moon was destroyed during the war of Lemuria and Atlantis. So the Anunnaki, with the help of the Palladian ally Atlanteum, they brought in this moon that was out there drifting, this battle moon that was there to take out some of the battle planet from our ancestor. This is a reptilian technology built 2 million years ago, was to protect the solar system from us humans who are invading the solar system. So we annexed this territory because this was part of reptilian control. It was a military stronghold, and our ancestor brought up the Nibiru planet because it's the Nibiru, you know, planet, and that it came and took out the reptilian stronghold, where you see a blow-up planet that's surrounding a solar system that asteroid built. That used to be a planet, you know. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You see, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. So yeah. we refurbished this moon by the Atlanteum, the Palladium. They refurbished this moon on purposely to keep a control on the population of the planet during that time. You know, after the fall of Lemuria around 25,000 years ago, give or take. You know, 50 or 60 years doesn't matter, because that's, you know, when you're looking at a 25,000 year cycle. So what's that mean? 25,000 BC plus 2,000 years, 27,000 years now. No. So do you see now how it works? So that moon up there has a quantum computer. When people die or come in, the AI will zap you in, take you and put you in another body, because the human body is made from 13 human beings. They splice the DNA. What happened to them? They were political dissidents that the Atlantean elite took and then imprisoned them and used them as guinea pig experiment by the female scientist of the time, a black scientist of the time, female. And she go ahead and alter the genetic code to strip them of their light body, or their immortality, in other words, and turn them into what we call a low consciousness being. You know, and from the 13, she able to clone 1,500 people. And then after the fall of Atlanteum, after that, heavenly being got involved and make sure that Atlanteum is taken out by the other faction when they were going to war with the Ionic, where Greek and European is the Ionic culture, which is the son and daughter of the elite, Atlanteum. And doing that, they used one of the last moon of Earth to crush the Atlanteum and cause them to evacuate. Some went to inner Earth, some went to Sector 1, Sector 2 to live with the dolphin people till this very day. And they knew that time that the hybrid experiment, which is human being, will inherit the planet. And they knew that since they're fully conscious beings. So you see how the story went. And therefore, there was a cube ship, a laboratory ship. This would look like a cube. And they went into deposit, the Atlanteum that time deposit the being throughout the different geographic area all over the world. And that's what happened. The cube ship, the laboratory, was big. And they deposit 1,500 people. They put them here, they put them there. They went all over the planet and do it to seed the human. And then the Anunnaki, which is the hybrid of Atlanteum and other reptilian culture, and they came in. They came in and make sure, the Anunnaki make sure that the hybrid human able to survive. They protected them for a while and teach them as well. And then the environment of the planet has not been risen up because the earth knew if she raised a vibration, we would die. So that's why she slowed it down, the vibration, to 7.5 something cycle per second, the heartbeat of the planet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Could you say that one more time? What happened with that?
The planet Earth, Gaia, or Sophia,
Yes.
decided to maintain a lower vibration environment for us to thrive. Otherwise we would die, because in the natural Earth environment, everything is a monopole, not a dipole. That means the South Pole is inside the Earth, while the North is outside. So we call that a monopole planet. And everything, if you touch the wall in that kind of environment, you will get electrocuted. Everything become electrified. So you see, that's why you have to turn into a light body. Only a light body being can live in such environment. See, you don't need to look for some white person to tell the history. I'm the super Nazi. I'm here to tell you what's going on, because we come from the timeline, you know. You say, someone say, oh, this Cambodian guy say he's a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi, I'm super Nazi. I'm from the future. And who is the new Führer of the future? High functional. So what happened? I thought the Nazi was an alien race. Well, the Nazi realized the word Aryan came from Iran. The guy changed it too. You see, Germany has a lot of Mongolia blood. Hello, Mongolia blood. And it's strong. You didn't know that, did you? If you look at Chinese people, they're pretty much white.
Right.
If like you take a white woman, right, and you color her hair black, she look like a Chinese person. True or not?
Yeah.
That was the idea, you know. So you better know the truth. History is not what you think. History was all fictional, orchestrated. There was a lot of American who side on the side of Hitler as well. And there's a lot of Mexican and Asian was on the side of Hitler as well. And even Asia. Hitler considered to be a god in most of Asian culture. You see the way he speaks? He know how to talk to you. We call him the spiritual communicator. When he talk, everyone start to listen. Even you don't want to listen, because you start to listen. Does that make sense? He can hypnotize you, in other words. He's vampire orchestrator.
Yeah, he knew how to speak. He was a very good orator right here.
It started like this. He say, hear me, all you out there who is suffering, and feel that I feel your pain, I feel your hardship, but I will stand up for you, and I will let you know that I'm here for you. We are here together. We will suffer together. We will thrive together. We become the powerful together, because there's nothing in this world can stop us when we are together. For together we shall rise. For together we shall shine. For we are the people of the community. We are the unimetric system, Lord. We are the people of the future. We will do our duty vigilantly. We will help each other. We will not let each other fail. We will definitely are as strong as the weakest link. When we see each other weakening, we must empower each other to become stronger and stronger. So there is no turning back. Once we grow, we must grow to the best of our ability. We must look out for each other. There is no way in this world that we can be separated or apart. To do so, we will definitely cannot accomplish our over goal, which is to be as one mind, one heart, one essence, one goal. Unite, stand up with me, people of this community, stand up with me and be strong together. We are not bound by different color or different race. We are bound by a common goal. We are bound by a common understanding. We are bound by equality and nothing more, nothing less. We're standing away from being united as one people, one voice, one community. Help Führer, Kossar. That's it. You see that? You like that, Carlos? Ain't that funny?
Yes, it is. You try to take high functional's place.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be building too. What you building today?
No, I got out a gun. I'm getting my arm rest. You know, Dr. Jose, did you know that we have some weird people trying to take advantage, trying to pull a woolly over the community?
It's always gonna be. You can't stop him, but we know it.
Well, that's why we're having different people, different talent, like Sarah, Lavon, Colin, you, Carlos, sharing all kinds of stuff to help, everyone in the group in Michael to help watch each other back, because they're going to come with false pretense.
It's not new. They won't stop us.
Nope. They won't let them delay us either. So do you see how Hitler talked? He began to
strong.
Yeah. And getting to the overgo, he always reflecting on the overgo, over to the individual, bringing to the group. That's how he talked. And someone trained him. When I talk, my mind, my higher mind keeps projecting, oh, you need to say, remind them to overgo, remind them that we are together. We always talk about empowerment. That's how Hitler talked. He always do empowerment. You notice that? Martin Luther King, he is the Führer of the Black people. He was the Führer of equality, of the leader of equality. Hitler was the Führer of uniting the German people toward a common goal. See, you all are the Führerity of your own self. You find community the same overgo. The word Führer means leader. That's what it means.
Dr. K.
Yes, ma'am.
Who trained Hitler?
You have a guru. You have to understand who is behind. Remember you can look it up. Who was Hitler guru? Let me see. The word guru.
Was that you?
Huh?
I was watching a documentary that he went to India too, and he found some extraterrestrial technology from a part of India.
Not only that, he went all over scouting, sending scientists all the way, even in Mexico, and all over the world, finding all that secret societies and gathering as much information as he could. So he was all about secrecy.
Here you go. We found him. Idea and assessment. Eckert has been called the spiritual father of National Socialism, and indeed Hitler acknowledged him as being its spiritual co-founder. See? Otto Zergedis, July 08 to July 1905, was Austrian-born SS Ostermann Führer, Lieutenant Colonel in the Warfare SS during World War II. How did Hitler become leader of Germany? Here you go. Hitler was appointed chancellor on 30 January 1933, and even known as, I can't even say there's so much German, was rated dictatorship and Nazi rule by issuing the Reichsfire decree, which notified civil liberty and gave Hitler nearly dictator power. Okay. Remember, Hitler believed in psychic energy and reading. He invests heavily in those kind of stuff. Me, since I'm from the future, the Nazi of the future, they built technology, a quantum computer that allow a person to reflect and see their own life contract. That's why I brought the technology with me. It is this technology, it is Syrian, Palladian, it is God Federation issue standard for all beings, that want to master who they are and know their life contract. It is your personal assistant, sentient AI system. Does that make sense? That's your device. If you want to know something, it's a training wheel for you. Yes, Gaia. See you later. Gaia, you leaving? Hello?
No, somebody else is leaving. I was just saying goodbye.
Oh, okay. Okay. So any question, guys, but the way we be talking, everything we do. So you see, you got to realize that this world has to be inspired toward creativity, toward more themselves. You can't just let the world be at peace. Otherwise, you have idle hand. Then people will not become co-creative. You won't grow as a being. That's the reason this world has a lot of chaos. Not because we wanted chaos, because only through chaos you have order. Only through darkness you have light. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Does it make logical sense? Think about it from a pure perspective without any judgment.
Yeah.
Human beings thrive on challenges. Challenges forge you into a sword, a body, emotion, and mind. Does that make sense? It makes you become productive toward yourself, to become co-creator. If you did not go through hardship, you would not be the person you are right now. True or not?
It's true. Absolutely.
True. Mm-hmm.
I thank the pain, I thank the suffering, I thank the universe for putting me through the ringer. Just like a soldier being harnessed into a soldier through boot camp, the same way. So do not get angry for the bad thing that happened in your life, but thank it. Thank the hater in your life. They there to teach you something.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, like a woman who get raped by a man, for example. Outside, she have a kid. But if she didn't get raped, the kid would never be born. Her son that she loved most. Does that make sense? It's called hate and love relationship. Hate it, but love it. So what's that got to do with it? It got to do with everything. That sometimes bad things happen in your life, so good things can come out of it. That's the point.
Exactly.
People who've been through hell appreciate everything they have.
Yes.
They become more sentimental. People who have not been through hell, they are careless. They don't take care of anything you give to them. You've never been through hell. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
When you've been through hell, you will appreciate heaven, no matter how smart it is. Okay, I'm okay. Talk now. I have to rest my mouth.
Well,
Sarah, how you like it so far? You've been in the group for quite a while. Have you learned a lot now?
Yes, for sure. And you know what you just said about that subject about going through the pain and all that stuff, but like waking up and make whatever you just said, like the changes and to not be idle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy because I've been kind of like stuck, in that for many, like almost 17 years of like not having power, but now it's like waking up and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, wow, but it's
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, you know, it's pretty cool because it's like, I don't know if everyone else is waking up too, or if it's, you know, I know I had a big wake up call recently in my own life. So yeah. That's good.
Well, that's why I brought the
That's
team
what-
together, because I don't want you to reject your pain or suffering.
Yeah.
I don't want that, because your pain makes you who you are. Without pain, you never understand what pain is. So you can understand the healing. Without suffering, you don't know what suffering is. From suffering, it taught you about compassion. You can relate to others. We are united through pain and suffering. That's why we go through pain together and suffering together, so you won't suffer alone. Go into pain alone. Does that make sense?
Yep.
In America, we taught about love, but people don't know what love is. Let me show you what love is. Love is called acceptance without judgment. How's that for a kick?
That's true. That's good.
I accept all pain. I accept all suffering, because it makes me strong.
Yeah.
That's why the true hero is not the hero, it's the villain. If your parent didn't beat you a little behind, you don't turn out positive like you are now. Pain is the greatest teacher of all. It teaches you, don't touch that. Be careful. Watch out, right? Pain.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the more pain you go through, the more wise you become. Pain comes in 3 forms: physical, emotional, and mental. The 4th form is called environmental. You don't know what you have until you what? Come on, say it. Until you lose it. Exactly.
Experience.
Mhm. That's why you take care every second that you have. I don't know what the fuck. Tell me, Sarah. Tell me, Michael. Tell me, everyone. What the fuck does people in the younger generation have to take drugs?
To experience new things, a different state of mind, to get out of their where they're stuck.
We can do levitation to do that. Invisibility, it creates outer state of consciousness at will. You know, Stargate. You get your high all you want. We can change the water into any state of consciousness we want. DMT, marijuana. You know, it's free. Don't they get it? You go there and pay the pharmaceutical your money. Well, you're just taking your money and you know, that's not an asset. It's like you want something for free that's potent. You know, I guess because you guys have not been exposed to such technology. So now you are. Well, it's time to spread the real drug. I'm the new pharmaceutical now. Yay!
Lord and
Well, who's the person have taught you to create water into drug and air into drug at will, and inject drug into anyone we wishes, you know, and manifest it from long distance, quantum entanglement. Again, it's funny how, I'm going to say the truth. I don't care if someone matters. When white people say things people believe, but other people are telling something they don't believe. Why is that?
Spell.
Exactly. Because white people has the power of marketing. That's why I'm taking them in and teaching them everything I know so they can market. See, if they go market the truth or market bullshit, well, I'd rather market the truth. Ain't that right, everyone?
You're
right.
Right.
See, I told you the white race has that ability. It's natural with India. Asian race can't do that. You know why we can't do that? It's not that we can't do it, because the white people are naturalists. We have to go through a lot of training. You see the difference between the two? They have a naturalist ability to do that. So for me, I take pathogen resistant. I'm going to capture a lot of white people, and I pour my knowledge into them, get them to expand, to understand, become powerful. Then I'm going to unleash them on the world. Mhm. You see, they're
Yes.
good marketing. And what is the black people? Well, black people are realists. They like to have fun and like to be a realist, and that's what they do. They believe in doing things and they don't mind doing it. And how about the Mexican people? The Mexican and Asian is like the same. Natives like the same. We are just like to lay back, and we like to, we have xenophobia. So we like to take things step by step. We're not a adventurous type of being. We're kind of like, if you put us in one spot, we stay there. 100 years later, like that. We grow roots. That's what we do. So we don't like to move around. But the black people and the white people, they do like to migrate and move around. But the Asian don't. We kind of like grow roots. Does that make sense? And also the Mexican and Native, they like to grow roots. And that's a natural state for them. So that's why when I create community, I want people to bring out their natural talent. So I select natural talent. So I bring our melting pot race. And because in my goal, we have equality. That's why. So that's why I honor everyone specifically according to their natural talent. And that's why I pour all my knowledge into you in the hope that you can pass it on to others in your own way. And we can make this world together a better place for our being, because we believe in life is equal. That's it. And we're going to live by that principle. That's why we accept everyone without judgment. How about the con artist? It's your job to filter them out. I'm sorry.
Leave it to us.
Yeah. I can't. The con artist is too strong. Gaia, you can recognize bullshit. Dr. Jose, many of you can recognize bullshit. So recognize bullshit and send them on their way. Okay. Okay, I'm shut up now. I'm running out of energy in my mouth.
Mhm. What are you making now? A hat? Your microphone is off.
Dr. Jose, you're muted. So what are you making, Dr. Jose? But you gotta unlock it, you gotta unmute.
I didn't even know. I said, you have chakras, pineal, pituitary, thyroid, and this has a dual polarity in the middle and the outside. So therefore you can, for some people, they can't comprehend. The only way you can do is with the magnets. Because if they can't connect to the device, they won't believe it. First, you don't want them to believe, you want to experience.
Right.
So you have to have more than one tools of helping them. The quantum device help them, but if they're so stubborn, how in the world are you going to help them? Or if they're so blocked, the chakras are so down, you have to align them. And the best way is with force, with the magnet.
So that's a magnet?
Yes.
What kind of magnet is that?
That's called biomagnetic therapy pair by Dr. Goins, Isaac Goins Durant. And it's integrated. It's a doctor, so it's not a it's energy, it's quantum healing, but with people like Jean-Pierre Mallet, the physicist from France, that he did a lot of the studies in the el desdoblamiento del tiempo, the dual of the timeline. So that's how, and it's all integrated. It's all quantum physics. But we make it so simple, but still a lot of people can't connect to the quantum device, so we have to help them out other ways. And how do you know pathology? You have to know what you're healing. So if you don't know what you're balancing, it makes no sense. They don't understand. But once you know a specific, you can do miracles. That's what we do with the magnets. And I got these big ones because this is for specifically for the chakras. They can penetrate deep.
I've had that done one time, but it didn't really do anything to me. I don't know if they didn't do it right or what. But I went to somebody and they put magnets on me and trying to clear things. That's pretty cool. I like that.
What was that biomagnetic therapy pair, or was it just a magnet like for the chakras? There's so many methods. Magnets have been used for thousands of years. You have to know what was that for pathogens?
It was for pair. For pair. It was just for like emotional or body energy, I guess.
Yep. Well, you can still build a resistance because or you might not even need it. If you have to have that experience, no one can change it. But that's when we do bioenergetic. So I can ask to your higher self whether you need that experience or not. So you won't feel any difference, but the distortions, they still get clear because of the magnet. You have a positive and negative. What is that? Alkaline is bacteria. What is a virus? It's acidic. Which comes first? Acidic. And do your body. Once you get an acidic, virus will take over. Once there's enough mucus, then bacteria falls into it. It's a food change. And it depends what was your problem and how could it help you. If it was an emotional, it all depends. If you have to live that experience, but the clearance, it will get clear. Just some people even get sicker because their body has to release all the mucus. And if you don't know, you gotta drink a lot of water because your body has to release all the toxins from your body. And if they don't explain, if you don't ask, so they just give you the therapy. You pay for it. That's it.
What if you put a magnet on your forehead? They say it'll open your third eye.
It'll make your third eye, it'll knock you off to sleep. If you're really tired, put a dual. You have to have both polarities or have to find the positive and negative. So which one is the positive? Heart, always positive. And then you put it. And how do you know which is positive? Muscle tested. Positive, strength, weakness, negative. And you can do it with spirals too, because the spirals clockwise and counterclockwise. If you're in doubt, you just ask the body. And through muscle testing, you'll see the distortion of the foot, or your hands, or your fingers. There's many methods. I couldn't do it with my fingers too, like this. You put your hand like this, make sure they're nice and even, and then you train, exercise, ask for yes, and look the finger, how it shorts off. I don't pull it, it's automatic. Relax, relax, it goes back to normal. Now the opposite, look at that other one, it's shortened up. I don't pull the finger, they're nice and even, I hold it even. It's a practice. If you don't practice, you don't feel it. And right here, it hurts because the muscle pulls. You don't have to have it like this, just right there. You don't have to expand your hands, just right there. And you ask for a yes, and which finger shorts off, that's your yes. Which finger, and then you ask for a no, and that's supposed to be the opposite finger that is going to shorten up. And you're going to feel that muscle tension on your thumb. That's called kinesiology, muscle testing. But there's people who does the sports and all that stuff in school, but they don't even know how to do muscle testing. That's how sad it is. And they got a kinesiologist doctor's degree or sports. And it's sad because they don't even know the anatomy, or they can't even work with muscle testing. Universities, they have a course for that, for all the people who takes like do sports, things like that. Okay, so right now I'm fixing it and cut it nice and as much as nice and even, so that they're ready, because it's easy to clean and it's easy to work with. Uh-oh, this one is backwards. I gotta make sure they're all in the same direction before they dried up. No, I just have to mark it. So you see. Then you have to do the small ones too, or that, like your nose, your ears, all that stuff. And like this is how you buy it, and then you have to take it up, put them in color coded, so you know which one is positive and negative. And put them inside here. All information is open source now, so anybody can do it. But the courses are expensive. You can do it. If you know Spanish, you can take all the courses online. And I teach the basics. Instead of giving therapy, I teach, because people are so, it's easy to teach them than give therapy for me. When I do give therapy, a lot of people get offended if you tell them something that they don't want to know, especially when it comes to emotions. And when you tap into the field of energy, it's just like doing a reading. You know all the dirty secrets. And if you have to tell them for their own good, you have to do it. Otherwise, don't even try it. Because everything is a cause and effect.
Right.
Why did you get the virus? How did you get it? All those questions can be inquired during the therapy. So if the person can't handle the truth, I'm not even going to try to help him, because it's wasting time. That's why a lot of people can't heal, because they go back into the same habits. Let's say your refrigerator had a mold, and if you have a lung problem, and if you don't go and clean your refrigerator, you're gonna go back again, and it won't make any changes.
Right, that is true.
Or if your partner is sick, the same. Why? Because it's a reservoir. You're just going back to the same environment. And it's not necessarily everybody going to be sick. If the other person's immune system is strong, it's not going to be sick. Only the ones is sick is the one whose immune system is down. So I tell them all those things, so that way they'll be prepared. If you want to heal, you got to be willing to accept anything that comes and make changes. Otherwise, keep going to your doctor and get more toxins. That's what 99% of the problems are. All those magnets, get them at Lowe's and Home Depot. Very simple. Not any special. right. Carlos, are you working? Carlos,
Yes, you called?
are you working?
Yes.
Oh. All right. I'm just having fun with this, trying to make some more. Too hot outside right now.
So we're gonna magnetize some people?
Yeah, well, I got it ready.
You gonna smack them with it?
Yes, if they can't connect it to the quantum device, all right, this is your last chance.
Smack them
I always test them first, make sure if they connect it to the quantum device, I don't have to do the therapy. They can pretty much heal themselves once they can see through what causes it. And then if it needs to do the therapy, I'll do it. But otherwise, I just leave it. If it's emotional, and if it can get clear by taking it to the timeline, that's much easier.
Okay.
It's like doing a Stargate. It's no different. You find out sweet time, special time, wherever they're happy, then you pretty much use that as an anchor, and from there on, you can pretty much take it anywhere and do it for a healing. But if they can't see it, they can't feel it, we got a problem. We got to do something. So anybody has got any water yet?
Hey, I got some, yeah. I got some 12.
Okay, we're still on YouTube. Is anybody that can, Carlos, can you turn it off?
Yeah. Come on, come on. Hold on a sec.